All right. So next module we have in our utilities is matrix, and matrix is actually very interesting topic. And if you don't know what is exactly matrix, I will tell you that it is like a 4 by 4 or 3 by 3 or 2 by 2, any type of value multiplication matrix which consists of some rows and some columns. So let me actually draw it properly so you will understand. So this is how a 4 by 4 matrix is formed. So you have like 4 rows and you have 4 columns, and these values get multiplied with each other. Not here actually, but like with this, then this, and then after this it gets multiplied with this 2, then this 2 gets this one, and this, then the values get multiplied with each other like that. So again, it is a mathematical thing, but that's how generally a matrix work. And there are types of matrix, like there will be like 2 by 2 matrix, there will be like 3 by 3 or 4 by 4, 5 by 5. There are many different values of matrix. It can be small, it can be large. So the first node we have in our matrix is combined matrix. So this is a 4 by 4 matrix right now. So each column have 4 rows, so it is exactly like this, right? Correct. So this is how this matrix works, and I actually learned this from this guy, MTR Animation. So shout out to MTR Animation. He's very amazing YouTuber. So he have a diagram which explains in a much better way. So this is how it works, like 1 0 0 0 1 0 0. So that is this 4 by 4 matrix. You can check out his video, by the way. And that's how this matrix is also created. So in order to make it work, so let me actually take a cube. So currently it is a cube, and let me hide the other object. So if I put this matrix now, I cannot put this directly in my output because I need a matrix input to do that, and I'm going to use a transform point for that. And let me actually put this in my offset, and it is giving me a weird kind of look, and because it is taking that value, so it is because it is taking this value. So for example, in the row 0, as you can see, as soon as you spawn the matrix, you will have values laid up here, right? So this values represent some sort of there is some reference point here. So this is your x value, this is your y, this is your z, and this is your offset value. This row 4th is your offset value. It doesn't do that much, but it is an offset value. So this is exactly what happening right now. So this is x0, then yz, then z, then 0 1 0 0 0 0, maybe take like 1 0, right? That's how it works. Let me do 0, and I will actually show you how actually it works. So if I increase the row 1 value, it will scale on x-axis, right, on the x1. But let me actually show you. But if I scale it on this row 1 second column, it will not scale, but it will like a shear. It will do like a shear kind of operation. It is because only the first value, as mentioned, will going to scale it properly. So currently the first value mentioned in the row 2, which means the y, so it will scale on y. So this is what it is doing. If I do this on z, it will do this on z, and this will not happen. As I said, this is just offset. So this is just offsetting on x, y, and z. So you can see if I do on the first one, this is offsetting on x, then this is on y, then this is on z. This doesn't do anything because, as it says, it is just nothing. It is just offset. And same with this, because this will not work, this will do a shear, this will also do a shear. So it is like that. So it is doing those operations, right? And I'm just combining it. I'm just taking that value and I'm just creating a shape like this. Don't worry about this shape. It is not something which is very amazing or something. But if you want to check, you can watch the MTR animation video. The next node we have is combined transform. This is very interesting node because what I'm going to do, I'm going to take another object. So currently I have a monkey, right, in my scene. This is my monkey in my scene. I'm taking that object. So if you don't know how to take it, you can just search object info and you can select your monkey from here, or you can just do pick like that. And that is exactly what I'm doing. But combined transform have three options like translation, rotation, and scale. So if I put my location, which is a translation, rotation into rotation, scale into scale, and I need to transform this, which means what I can do, I can take this and I can put this in my transform to a point. It will spawn it there, and not only it will spawn it, but let me actually show you what it is doing. So if I move this anywhere, it will move my cube as well, right? So if I put it here and if I move it, it will move with that. Okay. If I remove that and if I do rotation only, what this is going to do, it is going to follow my rotation of the main object, which is my monkey object. So if I'm rotating, let's just say very randomly, it will rotate like that, correct? That's how it is working. Same goes with scale, right? If I do it with scale, if I scale my monkey, it will scale my cube, right? And this is just a combination of that transformation. So whatever transformation I do there, it is going to just copy that on top of my cube. Then we have determinant. I'm right. So what determinant does, let me actually get rid of this. And if I offset this and if I put my, let's just do, yeah, you can see the matrix here as well, right? In the matrix input. If I do this, not this, maybe let's do that, right? What this is going to do, it is like a switch between before and after. So determinant basically just lets you offset on top of your that, but let me actually add a multiply so I can tweak the value. So let's start from 0. So currently the determinant is 0, but if I modify it, let's just say maybe if I change the value, it will it will work like an intensity switch. So how much I want this, like if I want it, I want the effect to apply it on top of it like too much, I can just tweak the intensity from here. So it is like an intensity switch, but I like to use it with multiply, so I can tweak the intensity. Then we have invert matrix. So let's actually take a matrix, but it is going to invert this out. So let me actually delete this. And I also need a transform point. So let's take that, and if I put it in the offset, it is technically going to invert my matrix. So earlier I had, let me actually do that. So earlier I had something like this, but now it is inverted, right? That's how it will invert the matrix. So the values will change, right? So values will change from remove it. So values will change from 1, 0, 0, all that stuff to like 0, 0, 0, 1, all that stuff. So it will invert the matrix. It also have a switch, like a Boolean switch value, where you can decide if this is an invertible or not. So if this is an invertible, you can put this, you can put this in your output in order to perform that operation. So it is like that. Then you have multiply matrix, multiply matrices as it says. So let me remove it. Let me take the first one. So what this is going to do, let me take that there. I need to add both of my matrix into that. So let's add both the multiply matrix there, and it will add there. So what this is going to do, it is also affecting my monkey rotation, scale, all that stuff, but also taking my this last operation in the accounts, right? Last operation of my matrix in the account. So if I do normal operation like that, it will work, but it is going to multiply my second operation as well, which is following the monkey, which is defined here, right? So it is doing that. Then we have project point, and a project point is basically just takes the matrix. So let me remove it. Matrix input, and it just outputs the vector value. So I can still tweak this on on x, y, and z axis. So if I wanted to do further intensity operations, but this intensity operation lets you choose a individual axis because of the vector value I have. But if you want, you can just directly switch the position value, which is a similar operation like this, right? Like this, and you can just change it like that. So project point does that. Then we have separate matrix, and this is very interesting because what this is going to do, let me actually, okay, yeah, so let me actually add separate matrix. So remember we had a combined matrix option here, correct? So this is going to take those values into account. So whatever value I had here after all these operations, it is going to take that value and it is going to just put it inside my this value. So let's actually take row 1 value, which will only offset with 1, right? But if I do row 2, it will do a very weird operation which we saw already here. If I do row 3, it is a 0, which will not do anything. Row 4 will not do anything. So you get the point. So row 1 in the column 2 is nothing, so it's just 0. But row 2 will give a weird operation, right? As I suspected, because it is mentioned here. Let's take column 3, row 3, which is this. It is going to offset, I know that, but let's actually check. Yeah. And if I do a row 4, column 4, which will, I guess, not do anything, or it will just keep like that. Yeah. So that is a separate matrix which will just take a separate value of that combination of matrix, right? Separate transform. Okay. So this is also opposite of my combined transform. So what this is going to do, it is going to take a transformation of combined matrix and it lets you do a separate translation. So if I shift the position, where is it? I can't see it. Or maybe offset, put it in the offset. Yeah. So it is shifting that position according to that. If I do a rotation only, so if I can just rotate it and it will change the position. If I do scaling, it will just change according to the scale. So it is just opposite of combination. It is combining, it is separating, right? Then we have transform direction, and let's actually take a matrix input and let's put it in the offset. What this is going to do, it is going to transform according to the direction of XYZ, which surely looks similar to, I guess, project point, right? Yeah, project point. So project point, and this almost works in the same way, X, Y, and Z, right? And you can also put it position value, which is similar to this, correct? Like this or this. Yeah, it is same. So that is a transform direction. Then we have transform point, and as its name says, we already have it here. it takes a vector value and a transform value, and it offsets a value. So these three nodes are similar, I guess, right? Where is this? Matrix, project point, then transform point, and I guess transform direction. These three are similar. And then we have transpose matrix, which is a different node, but we need input and output as a matrix. And I will tell you what this exactly does. It basically reverse your matrix. So flip a matrix over its diagonal, right? Turning columns into rows and vice versa. So as its name says, it turns column into rows and rows into columns. So you get a weird operation like this, right? So that is matrix node explained. And again, shout out to MTR Animation. I will link this video so you can watch this. You can follow this video along to create a certain look. He explained this in a much better way, actually. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Like and share this video and subscribe to channel so you don't miss the next part.